Alright. Hello? Welcome to part 3.5 of the AM2R 100% Speedrun tutorial. This part of the tutorial was completely done in sequence with the others. This came exactly after part 3 and exactly before part 4. This was completely intentional on my part. I just wanted to have you guys figure out what the best way of doing it would be. That's not true, I actually just forgot this area entirely. But anyway, so this is just going to cover Breeding Grounds 3. That's all. This should be a pretty quick video. So first thing to note, I have a save here, so this isn't a save you should... This is not like a necessary save. This save can be skipped, but you want 4 supers before heading into Breeding Grounds 3. The reason being, we're going to be using supers out of the way pretty extensively to kill Metroids. So first order of business, make sure that guy down there is kind of up near the top of these blocks, because they're super blocks. And you want to catch him in the explosion radius, so he drops a super like that. Alright, so we're going to make our way down here. Now, a couple things to note about this. The route through this area is designed so that you will be able to do the entire thing and spend minimal time looking for super drops. You should only need 2 super drops if everything goes properly. So I'm not going to spend like a huge amount of time talking about fighting Metroids because I go over fighting Metroids in other parts of the tutorials, but basically what we're going to do here, a lot of gammas, get underneath them, shoot diagonally up into them, but with supers. So I'm going to mostly be showing like setups and the route through this area. So this first guy, easiest thing to do, aim up, run into him, shoot, jump away, shoot again. Quick and easy. Because he does not dodge, so you don't need to worry about baiting his dodge out with shots. Now, something to note in here, this is a great... this next room is a great place to farm some safety supers. Kill that guy, bam, back up to 4 supers. So, if you're short on supers, that room is a good place to farm. You want 2, because there's a Metroid in the next room. After that, there's plenty of chances to get dropped, so it's not super important, but as long as you have 2. Alright, so, this room, you can't really see all that well, but this is a bomb chain. Thing to note in this room is this Metroid has 2 potential spawn points. It'll either spawn right down there, or down over that way, depending on where you drop down. You want him to spawn over that way. Over this way, you don't have the low ground, and having the low ground is key. So you want to bomb like right there and drop straight down. Oh my god, let me reset this room real quick. Okay, yeah. You want to drop straight down, and then you notice how there was like the little ledge things. You want to keep him on a higher ledge and then get to a lower ledge. Like that. Because then you can just alternate beams and supers and kill him nice and quickly like that. If you're low on supers, the little plants can give you drops on normal mode. They can't on hard mode, so do keep that in mind. But this area is different, very different in hard mode because of the differing ammo counts anyway. Alright, now you're going to make your way up here. Again, if you're short on supers, farm these guys. You need 3. This is the only time you'll need to actually get super drops, as long as you have 3. Alright, get a Shine Spark right there. There is a super pack. You get to it right down this way. Don't get it yet. So now we're going to be getting that on the way back. So now you get your Shine Spark here, and then you do a spark to the right. If you're not ball sparking, it's important to note that that has to be a half height Shine Spark, or you'll bonk halfway across the room. So now make your way through this maze. It's not really a maze. There's only really one path you can take. Quickest way to deal with this, just Spider Ball. These are all crumble blocks, bear in mind. But Spider Ball doesn't trigger crumble blocks for some reason, so... I mean, I know it was intended, it just doesn't really make much sense to me, but that's okay. Alright, so now, this Metroid has a kind of odd setup. is not, like, basically every runner that I can think of uses a slightly different approach to this guy. The way I do it is I kind of drop down on top of him, bounce off, get damage boosted off to the left, so then I can shoot straight up underneath him. Kind of something like this. That didn't work at all. But as long as you're, like, underneath him, he can get stuck on any of these little platforms up there, and that's kind of where you want him to be. But again, make sure you have one super after you're done with this fight. There's plenty of little plants in here you can farm. Alright, so anyway, now we're going to be taking a secret passage. This wall right here is fake. And you just wall jump up this, ideally. You can space jump, but, you know, wall jump's faster. And you'll drop right through a crumble block right there, and you're back at the top. Alright, so now we're just going to get back across. Remember that super block from earlier? Now we're blowing it up, and we're heading down in this way. Blow that little thing up right there. And important, not really important to note, you can either go left and back up or directly back up. Going back up this way saves a second in 100%, but it is slower. It's slower in any percent because you don't have spring ball. So, but since we have spring ball, we're heading back up that way, and we're going to get a speed boost. And now we're going to drop down to this ledge, full height. If you don't do a full height spark there, you will not clear this platform right here, and you'll bonk right around here. So once you've got your super pack, head on out. You should have 6 supers at this point. And now 6 supers is exactly enough to kill every Metroid left in this area. So if things go perfectly, you won't have to worry about your ammo count anymore in this area. Alright, so, but if things go wrong with this Metroid, there's plenty of places to, there's plenty of little plants in here to farm. This Metroid's very similar to the first one, but you do have to alternate shots because he does dodge. You can't just walk back up and missile him twice like that. Alright, so now you need to blow those up to proceed. We're going to get another spark here. Actually, before I do the spark, okay, you see, it's kind of tough to see, but in the background right here, there's like a kind of a green pillar-ish right around here. That's going to be your mark for where you want to spark. Also, there's a lot of plants down here. If you need more supers, you want 4. Alright, so we're going to use that green pillar in the background as a marker, and we're going to spark straight up along it. Right about there. Yep, alright. So now there's the normal way of fighting this Metroid. You just kind of get up here, roll right on up. This one's an alpha, so he's going to be he's a little faster and more annoying to deal with in some ways. But the way you approach this guy, you roll up, immediately immediately shoot him with a beam to bait him in the dodge. He'll come up in a large arc up and over you. Shoot him with a super, hit him with a, bait his dodge with a beam, and then shoot him with another super. It'll look something like this. There. Something like that. If you want it to be really pro, you can also kill him while getting a shine spark, and that'll let you spark through this tunnel, and it saves a small bit of time. Alright, so this game is going to play out a lot like the one that we were just at, the one that was in that tunnel right before this small area. The way I like to approach this guy is to stand up and kind of run into him while shooting a beam to bait his dodge, then shoot him, and then do that. Kind of like that. I mean, I feel like I'm not doing a great job of explaining the motion for this, but in slow motion, basically, shoot the beam to bait the dodge, then you shoot a super to do the damage, jump up to make the Metroid move up, bait the dodge again, and then hit him with another super. That's kind of the motion that you have going for most of these Gammas. It's something you really just need to practice and get a feel for the timing on. It's not something that's very easily explained. But if you want to play it safe, you know, you can just keep jumping around and waiting for Gammas to do that little lightning attack. That is slower, but since you do kind of want to be a little conservative with your ammo here, that's a very legitimate way of going through it until you get more comfortable with the fights. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Not even explaining anything. Alright, we're going to get another Shine Spark here. Blow up the bomb blocks. And then right on this platform, just spark straight up. And then we're through here. Alright. You don't need to kill these guys, really, but I do it just because it's fun. Alright, now right here, you're going to line up for a spark, shoot that, and you're gonna take that out here, and then you're gonna proceed with part 4 of the tutorial, which covers the little middle areas. You shouldn't need to take this save because you're about to refill your supers. But if you're really concerned about your health, then you can make a pretty good case for taking that save. But otherwise that's really all there is to this segment. It's just go through it the proper way and just practice your Metroid fights. Once you do that, you'll start getting much better at that segment. So that is all for right now. I'll see you guys next time.